Hi, this is Stephanie Miller from The Stephanie Miller Show. Please enjoy this exclusive clip from my show on Political Voices
The
Network.
notion that defiance of the commander-in-chief's illegal orders is the backstop against his criminal behavior is not what the Constitution provided for. In other words, what they're saying is you're going to have a system where you're counting on the military to say no to the president when he gives illegal orders such as killing his political adversaries. That is the position that Donald Trump is advocating, and you have the military saying this. And the big picture is Donald Trump is telling you now who he is, not who he will be when he is president. He is saying that is his position as to how this country should be run, where he can actually have the military carry out these illegal orders of killing adversaries.
The fact that Jack Smith even had to, and how many? 19 former defense officials had to say to the Supreme Court, hey, you know what's nice? Our democracy, our Constitution. How's about we keep that? Here's some happy clappy news. What does Bob Cesca always say? Trump always makes things worse for Trump. Andrew Weissmann tweets, the upcoming Trump New York criminal trial may be a repeat of the disastrous second Trump Carroll defamation trial if and when Trump takes control of the defense, as he can't help himself at playing lawyer and thinking he's smarter than everyone else when he is neither. Yes, his last-ditch effort has failed. We'll see how many more
last-ditch efforts he has?
Yes,
okay.
that we have before the trial starts Monday.
I'm
okay.
Sure, they've researched them all.
Rachel Bidikofer, our pal, says Obama had change you can believe in. Trump has change you should be terrified of. One-party rule, death of NATO, government control of your personal life. Thank you. Do not be fooled by this ridiculous. We were saying that the media coverage. Trump he's not moderated his position on Roe v. Wade. He brags about overturning Roe v. Wade when he thinks that helps him. Then he tries to sound like, leave it to the state. Well, he knows the states have these egregious, 6-week bans, which he didn't say anything about, right?
No, he thanked the justices for doing that.
Yeah. And he will absolutely sign a national ban.
Of course he would.
God,
I'm sorry.
All right. Okay.
Many people have asked me what my position is on abortion and abortion rights, especially since I was proudly the person responsible for the ending of something that all legal scholars, both sides, wanted and, in fact, demanded be ended.
No.
Roe v. Wade.
No.
They wanted it ended.
No. You know, Jody, I don't know about you, but I can't hear enough from a rapist about taking away women's bodily autonomy. Okay.
I
don't know what I just did with my lips just then.
That was
but
weird.
I know it wasn't pretty. Someone just did a screenshot just then.
Yeah.
And then the right wing, they're sexy liberal.
It must be remembered that the Democrats are the radical ones on this position because they support abortion up to and even beyond the 9th month.
No.
The concept of having an abortion in the later months and even execution after birth, and that's exactly
that's
what
murder.
it is. The baby is born, the baby is executed
That's
after
Murder,
birth.
and that's illegal.
That's illegal everywhere. And has been since before
And
Roe and after Roe
nobody-
and during Roe.
Not one person is advocating for that.
Nope.
Well, we know we've all actually lost our collective minds from
Now?
exposure to him.
Now?
For how many years is this? Doesn't it feel like 11 billion years?
Oh, 11
Like
billion.
it can't.
Yeah.
It just,
Sorry.
Jody, it's-
My view is now that we have abortion where everybody wanted it from a legal standpoint,
No.
the states will determine by vote or legislation or perhaps both, and whatever they decide must be the law of the land. In this case, the law of the state. Many states will be different. Many will have a different number of weeks, or some will have more conservative than others, and that's what they will be. At the end of the day, this is all about the will of the people.
Is it really? Because in every single election, you keep getting your ass kicked, which you think you know so on this issue. So yeah, the will of the people, kind of okay. All right, we have the stamina for just one more. Sure we do. Here we go.
This 50-year battle over Roe v. Wade took it out of the federal hands and brought it into the hearts, minds, and vote of the people in each state. It was really something. Now it's up to the states to do the right thing.
Meh.
Like Ronald Reagan, I am strongly in favor of exceptions for rape, incest, and life of the mother. You must follow your heart of this issue, but remember, you must also win elections to restore our culture and, in fact, to save our country, which is currently and very sadly a nation in decline.
Sad. Okay, all right. See? We're stronger than we think. I mean, almost did that whole thing without hurling. Ugh. It's the exhaustion, isn't it? It's just the sheer, just everything. His voice is.
It's audio.
Cat anus lips is just his whole lying.
It's audio epicac.
There you
Yes, thank you. Ooh, we're going to get down to our goal weight, Jody. Okay.
go. I said nothing.
Yes, Rude Pundit. We mentioned his piece yesterday, but we was talking about the trials, and he said we see them moving at a speed that would make glaciers say, "Jesus, pick it up already." Just when will this? Are we there yet? And he said the exhaustion is of a piece. It's much like he's trying to exhaust the court with his lawyers filing endless motions in an effort to delay his trials. Until after the election, when enough dumb voters doom the country to 4 more years of Trumpianery and lawlessness. I've read a bunch of Trump's motions, even though I'm not a lawyer. They come across as ludicrous and desperate, like a starving meth head firing his AR into the woods, hoping it hits something that he can eat later. Okay. Worse, this attempt to put order into the chaos Trump continues to force us to experience has made the public not see that by most measures the presidency of Joe Biden has been something of a miracle. If the zone wasn't flooded with MAGA bull, we'd understand that we're living through an incredible time in the United States. He just says, look at this. Pardon me. I have to have that ready. The surging labor market has been defying expectations for so long that experts now say we're in a sweet spot for employment. Job openings are historically high. Layoffs have been near a historic low for the last 2 years. Support for unions has grown tremendously. Despite what the bloodbath mongers on the right say, violent crime in the United States has been declining for the last 2 years after rising during peak COVID. It's all falling. Murder, rape, assault. Where else do you want to go? Prescription drugs, infrastructure, investment, the continuing success of the Affordable Care Act, its huge popularity, all the incredible successes. And when it doesn't work out, like canceling most student debt, it's the fault of courts with right-wing judges. You want Trump to appoint more of those? In a sane country, Biden should have already all but won the 2024 election. Thank you.
Yep.
His age and verbal gaffes be damned. He's been a historically successful president. That's not me saying it. That's historians. In a survey, they've only have Biden as the 14th best president after one term, ahead of Reagan, ahead of Wilson, tied with John Adams. You already know who's last. Trump. I get the idea that more attention needs to be paid to Trump's obviously declining mental faculties, and sure, we always need to be reminded of just how insane and just downright weird Trump is. Seriously, he is a creepy weirdo. But we're not going to convince the MAGA cretins to jump ship now. They've mortgaged their souls to get that dumb orange mother back into office. Trump can impregnate a 10-year-old girl during one of his wannabe Nuremberg rallies and laugh because she can't get an abortion, and his idiot hordes would cheer at his virility. They're gone. Forget about them for now. So it's about making sure that anyone opposed to Trump gets out and votes for Biden. Oh, thank you, rudeness. A lot of rudeness.
Very rude.
It's in his name.
Yeah.
Should have known.
You were warned.
Oh, God. It's beyond parody, and yet, God bless the comedians. We're still trying. This is comedian Lee Nauer on TikTok.
She's very funny.
It's posted by our friend Brooklyn Dad.
I just got the Trump Bible. Let's read a few passages. And when Jesus emerged from the tomb, he said, "You know, I'd love it if the cameras could show this crowd, because it is rather incredible. It is incredible. I hope they're showing how many people are in this room, but they won't. This is the greatest resurrection the world has ever seen. I mean, the #1 greatest resurrection. The world has never seen a resurrection quite like this. Best resurrection ever." And Jesus whispered to Mary Magdalene, "I've said if Ivanka weren't my daughter, I'd probably be dating her." Amen. And here's my favorite passage from the book of Kofefe. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love is saying, I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything. Grab them by the That's my favorite.
She makes me laugh.
I'm glad she read
For
the
God
Trump Bible,
so
so we
loved
didn't
the
have
world
to.
that he gave us his one and only son, a man with 91 felony counts across 2 state courts and 2 different federal courts. A man who he himself alone keeps all tanning salons in business. A man with tiny hands and an even tinier penis. Have a beautiful day.
I like her.
We couldn't survive without comedy, I'm telling you. That is our act of service, is
Yes.
doing our Sexy Liberal tour, because I can't. It's hard to process it all, isn't it, without laughing, because you would cry literally all day.